Hi guys, my name's Emma and let's talk spooky stuff. So someone recently mentioned to me that they would like to see a half-year check-in from my 2016 most anticipated films, which is this video here if you want to check it out first. So pretty much in this video I list all of the movies I really want to see, all the horror movies I really want to see this year and really looking forward to. And I thought I'd give you guys an update, one of my favorites this year so far. I think you guys will find that really helpful. And some of my runners-up and some of the movies I didn't like. And then I want to add a couple more movies to this list now that they have trailers out for them. And let's get started. So on my list, there was 7 movies and I've only actually seen 4 of these, where 3 of them are not out in Australia yet. So those ones are 31 and Rings, which actually aren't out anywhere. And also Neon Demon, which I know is out in America and possibly the UK, but it's not out here yet. And I'm actually not sure if we're gonna get it in cinemas. But the ones I did see are Before I Wake, which I loved. The Boy, which I actually really liked. I thought was pretty good. And I'm gonna say to you guys, spoiler alert here, I totally guessed the ending of this film, and you guys who watch my favorites would know this. Because of my series, Real Faces of Horror, I actually did a story about a man living in an attic and a puppet, and it seemed to come together in this movie, which I was a fan of. I really liked it. I was kind of bummed that I guessed the ending, but I still thought it was pretty good. I really liked the acting. I thought it was pretty convincing, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't. The next movie that was on my most anticipated list is The Other Side of the Door, and let me warn you right now, this movie was awful. Totally give it a miss. Wasn't a fan of it at all. Not a good film. And the last film was The Conjuring 2, and if you want to know what I thought about that in a longer review, I do have a Come Along With Me to the Cinema video if you want to check that one out. I thought it was pretty good. It wasn't amazing, but it's still worth a watch, definitely. So on to my favorites for this year, and these all have reviews that I made, because obviously if I see a really good movie, I want to make an individual review to try and convince you guys to go see it too and see what you guys thought of it. So that was for Before I Wake, which if the review isn't out yet, it will be shortly. The Invitation, which is an amazing psychological thriller. Definitely check out that review. I'll link these all below. Another one I really liked was Emelie, and of course I have a review on that too. It's a great movie about a psycho babysitter, and a lot of people really liked it. So if you haven't checked it out, totally recommend that. And my last one is They Look Like People, which some people love this movie and some people not so much. So let me know down below what side of the fence you sit on. My runners up for my favorite films I've seen so far this year have to be The Witch, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and Green Room. I really like these movies, nothing wrong with them at all. I just don't think that they fit into my mold or what I like personally, but I thought they were really good films, definitely worth checking out. They just didn't make my favorites. And for the films to avoid, obviously you guys know I wasn't a fan of The Forest, and this may surprise you, but some of you guys have actually asked me in the comments, so I just thought I'd make it very clear. I'm not really a fan of Southbound, and this is the anthology film that came out earlier this year. And I don't know, I just wasn't a big fan of it. I felt really bored watching it. I thought it was kind of obvious and there was nothing really clever about it. I could see where the whole thing was going from the start. I'm not trying to be like, I can predict everything, but I just thought it was quite predictable, not really original, and yeah, I'm not a big fan of that one. And now for the good part. This list on my most anticipated for 2016 is about to get a little bit longer, and if you guys haven't heard about some of these films, hopefully this will give you an idea to look out for their names in cinemas or in DVDs or video on demand, and hopefully I can add some more to your list. Starting off with a film that I know the trailer was circulating a little while ago. It's called The Woods, and this film claims to be the most terrifying movie ever, so I'm really excited to see it. You know I'm really into the whole Blair Witch thing, which I don't think this is too similar to that, but it's kind of the same concept. Kids go into the woods and they get lost. The best thing about this is it's by director Adam Wingard, who did You're Next, VHS, and actually a film I'm not really a big fan of, The Guest, but he has shown his ability for storytelling. I know some of you guys are probably really looking forward to this one as well. Another one I'm really looking forward to, which is very surprising, is SADAKO versus KAYAKO, which is pretty much The Ring versus The Grudge, and this one's the Japanese original, so it should be really interesting. I was a little bit skeptical when I heard about this first off, but looking at the IMDb ratings, it has been released in Japan, and it's actually getting pretty good ratings, so I'm really excited to see. What team are you guys? I think you all know that I'm Team SADAKO. Next, The Blackout Experiments, and that's experiments because there's a film of the same name, but it's Experiment, and it's from 2014, I believe. This film claims to be a documentary. It's about a bunch of people who discover the psychosexual horror experiment called Blackout, and they become super obsessed with it. It looks really interesting, it looks really different. Check out the trailer if you haven't. Another one that you guys are definitely familiar with, because the trailer is going around like wildfire on the internet, is Lights Out. And if you don't know about this movie, I recommend not watching the extended trailer or just watching like a teaser or something. It shows a lot of the progression for the films. I really like the idea of the film, but I really wouldn't want to know as much as the trailer gives away. So this film is actually based on a short film of the same name. And the director, this is his first feature film, and he's actually gone on to direct Annabelle 2. Not such a fan of Annabelle, but this film looks bomb. It looks really scary, and definitely looking forward to this one. And the last film I want to talk about is called Another Evil. And this is a film that was actually released in March in America. Pretty much this one is your standard ghost haunting a house about a guy who discovers that his family vacation home is haunted by an entity, and him and his wife hire someone in to try and get the ghost out. Then they realize it's going to be harder than they originally thought. So it sounds pretty unoriginal, standard, but I'm really excited to see where it takes it because the reviews are good, the poster is amazing, I don't know, it just attracted me. And then also it's shot very indie kind of style, and I really give a lot of props to people who can figure out how to make things really scary without using special effects. So I really hope that there's some cool kind of different twist to it. Are you guys gonna check out this film? Are you guys gonna check out any of these other films on this list? Let me know what your favorite films so far from 2016 have been, because we're already halfway through. I hope you guys find this video helpful. If you have, please give me a thumbs up so I know. And I hope you guys are having a great day. Don't forget to stay spooky. Bye.